Hey Cooper, six straight losses, starting out with the easy one here. Six straight losses to the 49ers. What has to happen this time around for you guys to win?
Yeah, we just got to execute better at the end of the day. That's really what it comes down to. And it's not like there's some crazy formula that we got to drop or anything like that. I think we just got to execute, do our jobs, play and play out, be able to play a complete game, and trust that we do that. We feel confident in how the game's going to end up.
Thank you.
Maria?
Cooper, kind of to piggyback on that, is there an added incentive somewhere, having played these guys so many times and not beating them? Is there just something else that makes you feel like, you know what, we got to get over the hill?
No, I mean, obviously the what's happened before, it's obviously everyone knows, the Niners have done a great job against us, the last few years. In this game that you learn from the past, but you got to be ready to move forward. And we don't, at least, we don't live in a world where we got to use, past motivations or anything like that. I mean, just, handle this week just like you would any other week. Prepare the same way you would. Go out there, prepare to be able to, play out there with a quieted mind and do your job to the best of your ability. And like I said, we don't need to, reinvent the wheel here. It's just about doing our job. And take this as a new week, a new opportunity to go out there and play some good football.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Claudia?
Hey Cooper, Matthew Stafford appears to be very locked in with every receiver and the running backs. How much better is this offense working at this point?
Yeah, we're doing some good stuff. Being able to marriage some stuff up with the run of the pass, being able to get some things going there, and obviously with the way that Van and Odell have been playing, the way they've been detailing up some stuff and making some plays for us. Higgs in the run game, in the pass game, Kendall as well, and you saw Kendall this last week make some huge plays for us. So just guys across the board making the plays when it's time for them to make those plays, and when the coverage dictates that they get the ball. And like I said, that's what it comes down to. I'm making the plays that are there for you, doing your job over and over again, and we just keep doing that. We'll be in a good place.
Thank you. Good luck.
Stu?
Hey, Cooper, just wanted to ask you what it meant to be named Offensive Player of the Year by the PFWA today. I know every time we ask you about these awards, you're always focused on doing your job so the team succeeds. But when recognition like that comes along, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, it's obviously an incredible honor. Very thankful. Honored to be able to be named to that team, and you guys, what my beliefs are on this, and any accolades that you receive being a team award. So I'm just thankful to be a part of the team that I am.
Thank you.
Dennis?
Hey, Cooper. How did going through those Mamba periods help you as a wide receiver and as a player?
The Mamba periods that we do here at practice?
Yes.
Yeah, man, I love them. I mean, the opportunity you get to go against, Jalen Ramsey, against, Darius Williams, against the guys that we've got in the back end there. And we got Weddle in here too. And, anytime you get an opportunity to go against some really good football players, and, really against, Jalen, I really think Jalen's the best DB in this league. And so being able to go up against him, get opportunities to compete against each other throughout the entire course of the year, that's an invaluable opportunity. And I don't take those lightly. Everyone here is competitive. We all want to win, no matter what it is. So take that stuff serious, and it's a great advantage for us being able to go against those guys.
Thank you.
Jordan?
Yeah.
Hey Cooper, last week, being inclusive in this, it seems like you've had sort of a season of perfect moments, so to speak, or moments where that have really meant a lot to getting this team to the next step. But where do those actually rank in? I think I know the answer. Where do those actually rank in your mind, and how do you sort of compartmentalize what you've accomplished versus what you still have yet to do?
Yeah, well, I kind of take the mindset that regardless of what happens out there on the field, I try to learn from my mistakes and fix those things and be able to be a better football player than I was in the week before. The good stuff that happens, the stuff you're able to do and produce. Obviously, there's lessons in there as well, but I really try to take a learning mindset going forward. And really focus on the stuff that I can do better versus the stuff that I did well, so I can continue to grow and continue to be a better player for this team. And regardless of how productive, if it's a big play, if it's really just if it's a good block, if it's in the run game, if it's in the pass game, if it's pass blocking, whatever it is, I kind of keep all that stuff grouped together as just positive plays and negative plays and what I can do better moving forward.
Thanks, Coop.
Yep.
Gary,
Hey, Cooper. Having had two pretty productive games against 49ers this season, do you go into a game like this anticipating any kind of special attention from them or special schemes to slow you down?
I mean, not really. You can always try to put yourself in their shoes and what they're going to do. A lot of the times you really just have to be ready to react, be ready to adapt to whatever it is that their plan is. And we've been able to do a pretty good job of that just this year overall, being able to anticipate or being able to react to some of the stuff that defenses have given us. And whatever that's going to be, you obviously anticipate before a snap what you're going to get, but you never assume. And so for us, it's maybe anticipating some things that you might see, having some plans, having some ideas of where you might go or what kind of tools you might use in certain situations. But a lot of that is really about just allowing yourself to play free, to execute the game plan as best as you can, and allow yourself then the mental capacity to just be able to react and see things as you see them.
I know you're studying their defense, but what has impressed you about Debo Samuel in terms of what he's been able to do this season and against you guys in particular?
Well, he's just an incredible football player. I think across the board, for him to be able to step in there, do the stuff that he's doing out of the backfield, having the ball handed off to him, the production that he's able to create for that offense, the pass game and the run game, the physical nature that he plays this game, being able to get downhill, break tackles, then as a receiver, still be able to have the nuance as a receiver to be able to get open down the field, have the speed to stretch things horizontally, vertically, and obviously, being able to catch the ball the way he does and then rack how he does. He's really a very special player. So I've watched a lot of Debo Samuel, and he's a challenge for sure.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Modesty.
That's funny. I was going to ask your thoughts on Debo Samuel, because listening to the 49ers talk about him, the different ways he contributes, all the ways that he's willing to all the things he's willing to do to help the team, it really sounds like the Rams talking about you. I wonder, when you watch him, what do you take away? What can you, if anything, do you gain from watching him?
I think the biggest thing you gain is just the appreciation for what he's able to do as a player and what he's, what's been put on his plate, and the way he's, competing throughout a football game. It's, you have a lot of respect for someone that's, willing to go out there and do, like you said, whatever they ask him to do, he's doing it with everything he's got, and he's getting the job done. He's executing his job over and over again consistently. So a lot of respect for someone that can do that. Consistency, I think, is the hardest thing in this game. Being consistently great week in and week out, and he's done a great job of that this year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nick.
Hey, Cooper. Throughout all the season, between you and Matthew had developed an incredible chemistry. Taking it back to when you remember you getting your first playoff wins, now that Matthew's finally had his 2 playoff wins and hopefully another one this coming Sunday. But what have you seen as far as confidence level, as far as his approach? Has it been any different? Have you seen the confidence level obviously rise up and really go more into it? And we heard from Matthew last week how you want to snatch souls out of people. What have you seen out of him that we probably haven't seen behind the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of his confidence, in terms of his preparation, nothing's changed. I mean, he believes in himself. He believes in the player that he is and the people that we have on this team. So that mindset's never really changed. I think that's a great quality to have as a quarterback, through the highs and the lows, having a continual belief in yourself and the people around you. He embodies that. And, certainly, after that game, he was definitely feeling good and had some pretty sweet one-liners there. So he's doing a great job right now. And it's been a lot of fun playing alongside him. And as he just over the course of this year, just gotten better and better in this offense. So but his ability just to stay even keeled and continue to prepare and play the way he has has been great for us.
Thank you.
Hey, Cooper, last week you really talked about how difficult it was to miss the Super Bowl. And I'm curious, one of your best friends now, Robert Woods, is potentially in that position and certainly going into this NFC Championship. Have you spoken to him a lot during the playoffs? Have you helped him in his situation? Has he helped you in your situation?
Yeah, I mean, be able to have some conversations with him, here and there as he's been in here. I've been in the facility rehabbing, doing his thing here. I've just been able to bounce ideas off of him, hear how he would do certain things. And, when he went down, we said it was going to be a team effort. It was going to be a collective group trying to fill the void of losing Robert Woods. And so all of us being able to kind of ask him questions about how he does things, the little nuance that he plays with, and get just an idea of all the reps he's taken, how he's been able to be successful in certain things that we ask our receivers to do. So definitely get as much as we can from him, bounce ideas off of him. And then, yeah, certainly. I mean, it's a tough place to be in, the situation that he's in, obviously being hurt and not being able to be a part of this thing. But he's done a great job attacking this rehab, and just his mindset, his spirit that he's had being in here has been incredible.
And just a quick follow-up, when at the beginning you said, hey, just have a quiet mind and treat this game like any other game. For lack of a better word, Coop, is that easier said than done with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line?
Well, I mean, depending on how you view things, we've always taken this as a 1 week at a time mindset. We've obviously, the goal at the end of the day is to win a Super Bowl, but for us, taking it 1 week at a time, that Super Bowl is just as close and we open up versus Chicago as it is now. That's the beauty of the mindset that we take, being able to handle this thing 1 week at a time and 1 day at a time in our preparation, how we put things in and being able to prepare ourselves to go out there and play on Sundays. So that mindset doesn't change. Our preparation doesn't change. There shouldn't be an increased sense of urgency or anything like that. Because if that was lacking beforehand, then I'd ask you why you haven't been bringing that same urgency throughout the course of this whole year. So, we take that mindset and allows us just to play free come game time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have time just for a couple more. Go to Tim.
Cooper, usually when we see a star wide receiver, they're always talking rah, 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 all that stuff, but you're a quiet guy. So who are you? Would you describe yourself as a fun guy? What do you do for fun? Tell us who Cooper Kupp is.
I like to have fun. Certainly, I like to have fun. I think football is pretty fun. So being able to do my job well together with the guys, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy doing my job. I want to execute, be a part of producing for this offense. So I don't know what else to tell you. You're gonna have to ask some other people. I'm the worst at talking about myself. So my armpits are sweating now. And as soon as you ask me, I start getting all sweaty and nervous. So it's just not my thing.
Thank you.
Duarte.
I got you, Tim. He likes sushi, music like Codaline. But anyways,
Appreciate you.
Yeah, Coop. I'm wondering if you've seen the clips of Travis Kelce at the end of that Chiefs-Bill games, redirecting his receivers to their routes and changing his own route, the line of scrimmage. I'm wondering if that's something you've done at all throughout the year. And if on Sunday, this defensive front puts pressure on Matthew, makes it difficult for him to have any time to throw, is that something you do to adjust your routes to get him the ball to you sooner? Or is that something you just wait for Sean to do?
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, being able to get a little bit of insight in terms of how Kelsey's seeing the field. Being able to talk with Tyreek and set up some plays on that drive. That was really cool to be able to see that. And obviously his communication with Mahomes in terms of how he's running that seam route, just being able to just be like, hey, alert on this. If this guy's playing it this way, that seam's going to pop, and being on the same page with each other to be, being able to execute in those situations where at the end of the game, they're not much time, they're able to make those things happen. That's a huge thing. It really just comes down to the communication and building that relationship with your quarterback, that trust with each other. And it's certainly something we strive to do as an offense, is be able to communicate as much as we possibly can with each other. Anything that allows us to play faster is a huge advantage for us. And you talk about the Niners front. They obviously have a lot of guys up there that on that team in general, but that that front, they have some really good guys up there. So certainly there's an emphasis on us as receivers to be as detailed as we possibly can, be where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there, and that communication, being able to understand how we can get there quicker from Matthew's point of view as well is imperative.
All right, guys, we got time for just one question for 3 more people. We'll start with you, Brady, Katie, and then Dennis.
Hi, Cooper. With what happened in Week 18 with all the 49ers fans that were at SoFi and the possibility that there could be a lot this week, do you guys have to do anything to prepare for the potential for a lot of noise when you guys have the ball, whether it's preparing for a silent count or anything else like that?
I think you practice a silent count, throughout the year. So you're always prepared if that ends up being something that you have to activate. Something that you just deal with that as it comes. And so, like I said, being adaptable to whatever it is that we're going to see on Sunday from a defense, from the atmosphere, whatever it's going to be, being able to be in a position where we feel comfortable, being able to run all of our stuff from whatever cadence or however we want to run that. That's always an emphasis that we kind of take throughout the year. So, we feel good about being able to handle those things, and, we'll be able to adapt to them as we see them.
Thanks.
Katie.
Hi there. Odell said recently that he learned so much from just watching you in order to catch up with a new offense. And I'm curious what you've seen in terms of his transition to the new offense and if there's anything you've learned from him.
Yeah, well, I mean, what he's been able to do in such a short amount of time, he got to us in whatever it was, week 10, I believe. For him to come in here and learn this offense as well as he has and be able to detail things as much as he has in the time that he's had allotted to do it during the season, where it's not OTAs and training camp where you're getting, so many reps. I mean, during training camp, you might get between walkthroughs and practice, you might get 100-something reps in a day. That's just not the reality during the season. And so for him to be able to, mentally get to this place where he's detailing things the way that he has been and producing for us in the way that he has is just an incredible nod to just the player that he is, the football intelligence he has, and the mental capacity to be able to learn all this stuff as quickly as he has been, on top of being just such a phenomenal football player and teammate. It's been a lot of fun playing alongside of him.
We wrap up with you, Dennis.
Okay. All right, cool. How much does having a good or a solid running attack help keep you guys open, make you guys get open, or the passing attack?
Yeah, well, certainly, being able to run the ball and being able to stay in front of the sticks is huge. If you can, get some of your run game going, get some play actions going off of that, obviously, be able to keep the defense on their toes, be able to keep that front from being able to just tee off. That's a big thing for us. And, we got to get back to being able to be a little more efficient there, and obviously want to be able to execute better in the run game where we can create a few more big plays off of that, and, just be a little more detailed in that regard. So, the run game is huge for us. It's obviously a huge emphasis for us throughout this year, making sure that we're detailing that stuff up. And like you touched on, being able to have that run game set up some of the stuff in your pass game is kind of how we've operated the last 5 years here.
Thank you.